Okay, so I just watched the George Janko, Pete Holmes interview, and man, there were a few things that bothered me. First of all, Pete Holmes is so pretentious in his condescension towards George and George's beliefs. And he comes from this place of like, oh yeah, I used to believe that, but now I'm this progressive Christian. I've evolved, and if you don't think like me, then oh, you clearly haven't evolved enough. But one of the things that I wish George would have done in the interview, and actually I'd recommend anyone who engages a progressive Christian or someone who's deconstructed, is to do this, to ask them if they really believed in the resurrection before they deconstructed. And most of the time they'll say yes. And then ask them what evidence they came across that invalidated the historical claims of the resurrection. When you do this, they will almost always not have anything to appeal to other than some circumstance that they came across in their life or something that happened to them, church hurt, things like that. And while those are valid things, they don't invalidate who Jesus is and the resurrection claims. If Jesus really is resurrected from the dead, then he really is worth following with your life. And you can't just make up whatever you want to believe. The Bible is true if Jesus really is resurrected. And if Jesus is really resurrected, he's worth everything. So I would just recommend, if you come across a deconstructing Christian or someone who's come on the other side and they have this condescension saying that they've evolved to this new understanding and no longer need Christianity, ask them, what has changed their mind about the resurrection? Almost everyone will have a very bad answer to that question. And then you can begin pressing them on why they're abandoning Christianity, and yet they have no real reason for abandoning it if they actually believe the resurrection is true. You'll realize that they don't actually believe the resurrection is true because their faith was based on feelings and circumstances to begin with. And when those feelings and circumstances went away, they abandoned the faith altogether. So try that next time, and I wish George would have done that in his interview.